After seeing the Philadelphia Eagles schedule that came out today, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, the Giants, Washington, the Niners, anybody in NFC, you should be very, very scared. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and so the NFL schedule has been released, and it looks like the Eagles are ready to double moonwalk the whole league's ass. It is going to be unbelievable. We got to talk about this schedule. We're going to get into it in a second because it's looking good for the Philadelphia Eagles. But before we do that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check, double moonwalk check. Make sure everything is good, everything is copacetic. But I want to thank you guys for the support you give to me because it really means a lot. It really does. Now, in this video, we are going to talk about this schedule. You might have seen my live stream earlier today, but if you didn't, we're basically going to talk about the schedule and go over it for those that weren't able to be at the live stream. But if you were at the live stream and you want to continue watching this, feel free. You never know what's going to happen on this channel anyways, so feel free. Baby! Come on, I didn't eat the cheese. The cats ate the cheese. Come, you can't be mad. Baby, come here. Listen, we gotta make babies tonight. Where you going? I got caught eating all the cheese again. I can't help it. I like cheese. I can't stop eating it. But I told my wife it's good. It's protein. I need that protein. You know, that way we slip some past the goalie. We make some babies. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. She'll get over it. Always combine more cheese. But anyways, like I said, you never know what's going to happen on this channel. So anyways, I want to talk about this Eagles schedule, go over what I thought. Like I said, if you missed a live stream earlier, this is perfect for you. But when I look at this schedule, right, and I look at the Eagles schedule, and I haven't seen the other schedules for the other teams yet. I will look at those and talk about those later. But in this video, and looking at the Eagles schedule, the first thing I noticed by it is just a lot of primetime games. I mean, dude, I think somebody said in my stream, you only play like 1 o'clock 3 times all year. So we got 1 game, 2 games, 1 time, 2 times. Yeah, 3 times. Only 3 1 o'clock games. I think 1, 2. Yeah, it looks like only 3. So for me, it means I'm going to not have to wake up at 9 in the morning to get ready to stream, which I kind of like in some ways. But a lot of primetime games, a lot of eyes, a lot of things are going to be focused on the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's the first thing. Second thing is I still don't like the Christmas game. I don't like the Thursday night game week 2. So that's kind of weird. But anyways, let's kind of go through this schedule. I'll kind of give you a brief, my brief ideas if they win or they lose and stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you straight up. When I look at this schedule, nobody on this schedule scares me. There's no game on this schedule that I say the Eagles can't win that game. They can win every game on the schedule. I mean, theoretically, they're to me better than all these teams. If you want to say one team closest, it would be the Chiefs. That's the toughest game all year. But this is it's going to be interesting, and it looks like that the stretch after the bye week, where you have Kansas City, Buffalo, San Francisco, Dallas, Seattle, and the Giants for that matter. That's a tough stretch. That's a tough stretch. So you really need to start off fast and really build up the win-loss record. It'll give you some wiggle room later on in the year. But let's kind of go through the schedule. So you have week 1, you have the New England Patriots. The Eagles open in New England. New England doesn't scare me at all. It's going to be Tom Brady's coming home night or some crap like that. That's the worst coming home thing for him. To have the Philadelphia Eagles, who beat him in the Super Bowl, now ruin his big night to start the season. I absolutely love it. So I think the Eagles win that game. I think they go and beat New England. I don't think New England's that good. The following week is the Minnesota Vikings. Now, this is a Thursday night game. Thursday night, September 14th, week 2. That's a really early Thursday night game, but whatever. Let's get it over with. Minnesota week 2 at home. When the Eagles play Minnesota week 2 at home, they go to the Super Bowl. They played Minnesota week 2 in 2004. They go to the Super Bowl. They played Minnesota week 2 last year. They go to the Super Bowl. I expect it to continue. But I think the Eagles beat Minnesota on a Thursday night. Minnesota has to travel to Philly. Now, I think the Eagles win that game. Then they got week 3. You have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a Monday night football game. Now, when I first see Tampa, and I usually see these Florida games early in September, I don't usually like it because it's hot out. But this is a Monday night game. So it should be a little cooler in the evening, which is a good thing and a beneficial thing for the Eagles. So the Eagles, Monday night football versus Tampa Bay. I don't think Tampa Bay's that good anymore. No Tom Brady. I don't think they're the same team. The Eagles should be able to go there and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, we've lost before in Tampa where games we should have won. But I think this is a different team. And I hope Hurts is remembering the last time they were in Tampa. And, we go in and we beat them. But Tampa doesn't have Tom Brady. So I got another win. Then they got to play week 4. They got to play Washington Commanders. What a stupid name. At home. That's a win. I think the Eagles win that game. So I got the Eagles first four weeks. I got them 4-0. Now, what's interesting, the next 2 weeks you got to go to the Rams, and then you got to play the Jets, okay? So that means after 6 weeks, the Eagles would have played 4 away games and only 2 home games. That could be beneficial for the Eagles later on in the year. But the week 5 versus the Rams, we always beat the Rams in LA at their home. I don't think this is any different. I don't think the Rams are that good either. I don't think that the Rams are that good. So they should win that game. I got them going 5-0. Then you have week 6 Jets. Now the Jets are interesting because if Aaron Rodgers is MVP Aaron Rodgers, this could be a really tough game. Now the Eagles have never, ever, ever lost to the Jets. They have never lost in the regular season to the Jets. I'm not going to start now and say that they're going to lose to them. Listen, the Jets traded for Brett Favre. I can't help but think about this. They traded for Brett Favre, and what happened? They went to the Jets. They were supposed to be ready to go win a Super Bowl, and they stunk. We don't know that the Jets aren't going to do the same thing. This is the Jets we're talking about. Careers you go to the Jets for your career to end, especially if you're a quarterback. Until the Jets beat the Eagles, I am not picking them in the regular season. Until they actually beat us, I'm not picking them. So week 6, I got the Eagles winning. I have the Eagles 6-0 at this point. I have the Eagles 6-0. And then I'm not even capping, as they like to say. I don't like to say it, but I'm not even joking around busting balls. I think this is legit 6-0. Week 7, Sunday Night Football at home versus Miami. Now, Miami's going to, for all intents and purposes, Miami should be able to put up points. This should be an explosive, high-powered, 2 offenses type game. Because it's at home and it's a Sunday night football game, another primetime game, I got the Eagles winning. I got the Eagles beating them, and they'll be 7-0. Then you got week 8 at Washington. Now, here's the thing. The Eagles usually lose to one of these division teams. It's division. Division games are tough, And let me just say this, because I know how people are. It's May. I am doing a quick schedule prediction video in May. A lot changes from May until August, okay? I don't put a whole lot of stock. From May to September, from May till, June, it's different. Things change. That's why I always do one of these schedule prediction videos when the schedule first comes out, and then I do one after preseason before the season starts. That one is always the real more accurate one where I would put more into that. This is just based off right now. So week 8, Eagles play Washington. For the second time, I have the Eagles winning in Washington. So I think the Eagles sweep Washington. They're 8-0. Now, finally, November 5th. Remember the 5th of November. They play the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys come to Philly, and I say Eagles are going to beat the crap out of them. The Eagles will sweep the Dallas Cowboys this year. That's my prediction. The Eagles will sweep the Dallas Cowboys. They should have swept them last year, but Jalen Hurts was out, and it ruined everything. This year, hopefully he'll be healthy, and that'll be all she wrote. But I got the Eagles beating Dallas, and I got them 9-0 in the bye week. Now, the Eagles are going to go into the bye week at 9-0. And then they come out of the bye week, and this is the tough stretch, right? This is the stretch you got to worry about, because you got some really good teams. They got to go after the bye week. They got to go to Kansas City. Now, a lot of people said this is a big deal for Kansas City. The Kansas City game being later because it gives our young defensive players a chance to play and gel. Now they're in week 11 of their rookie year for some of them. And I think they're right. I think it helps the defense to play this team later in the year. However, I don't think the Eagles are going 17-0. I just got to be honest. And if there's any game I think they're going to have a hard time with, is going to be this game. Mainly because it's in Kansas City. If this game's in Philly, I take the Eagles. But it's in Kansas City. It's on Monday Night Football. Patrick Mahomes. And I'm going to say Kansas City. I think over the next 10 years, and I said this in my previous video, the golden era, I think the Eagles are in their golden era of football. I also think Kansas City is. Usually you get two teams that seem like they play each other and they see each other a lot and they win a lot of championships around the same time. I think Kansas City and the Eagles, it's their moment. It's their time. So I think we're going to see a lot of Kansas City Eagles. Matter of fact, I think that right now my prediction for the Super Bowl is a repeat of the Super Bowl from last year. I think it's going to be Eagles-Chiefs again. I do. So I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to win that game. That's a tough game. I'll say the Chiefs win. Then you go to Week 12, the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Eagles could beat Buffalo Bills. They have gone to Buffalo the last few times and been able to beat them. Buffalo is a good team. Now, like I said, you're not going to win every game. It just doesn't happen. I think, and I'm just saying, and it's May, things will change, but Week 12, Buffalo, after a Monday Night Football game versus the Chiefs, where you have a short week and then you got to come and play Buffalo. I'm going to say the Eagles lose this game. I'm going to say they lose this game. This is one of those games that just starts slow, sluggish, and Buffalo wins late field goal. I'll say Buffalo wins. So I have the Eagles 9-2 at this point, okay? 9-2 right now. Then they play the San Francisco 49ers. If I could probably go to one Eagles game this year, I would want to go to this one. I would want to be at this game to watch it, because I want to see the Eagles crush this team. I do. Their coach is still complaining and crying, "I'm glad we played the Eagles late in the year when we have a quarterback." The 49ers. But the Eagles, they played the 49ers Week 13. I got the Eagles beating the 49ers. I have them winning that game. And then, we get back on track. All of a sudden, we're 10-2, and we're looking at that number 1 seed again. Week 14 at Dallas. This is a Sunday night football game. I have the Eagles beating Dallas. Like I said, the Eagles will sweep Dallas. They will sweep Dallas. They're always texting me when I'm on here. Somebody kept calling me my live stream. I don't know if Mark by accident docked me again or something. By accident gave out my number or something. But yes, the Dallas Cowboys, Eagles, Week 14, Eagles beat Dallas. I have a sweep. Week 15 at Seattle. Now, what's interesting about this game is the Eagles can't beat Seattle in Seattle. We always lose to Seattle in Seattle. I don't know why. It's so frustrating, and it is what it is. However, I think the times have changed. I think we're due. I think we go into Seattle, and I think we beat Seattle. Week 15, I think we beat them. And when we beat Seattle Week 15, I think this actually will clinch the division. I think the Eagles clinch the division Week 15. They come back Week 16, Christmas Day. This is going to be for all the marbles. If the Eagles win this game Week 16, I believe they clinch home field throughout the playoffs. The Eagles, New York Giants, we got to wait till Week 16 to play the Giants. I hate playing them 2 times at the end of the year. I don't like that, but that's the way the league set it up. So we got the Giants on Christmas Day. I have the Eagles beating the Giants. And yes, Giants and the Eagles. Eagles win. I believe at this point the Eagles have clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC Conference. Remember, the NFC Conference is not as good as it used to be. All the powerhouses really are in the AFC. I think all the powerhouses in the AFC, except for the Philadelphia Eagles, they're the only team to me in the NFC that's a real powerhouse. And I don't think anybody's even close to them. So I think the Eagles are going to run away with this conference. And I got the Eagles clinching home field December 25th, Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, Philadelphia. That's what I think. December 31st, we play Jonathan Gannon and the Arizona Cardinals. Now, this is kind of weird for me in one way because I had a dream years ago that we were playing the Cardinals at home and Zach Ertz was playing for them. And this is going to be one of those deja vu dream moments, I think, because I'm going to actually see that happen. So that's going to be very weird. But Week 17, we'll play the Cardinals. I think the Eagles will play their starters a half, and then they'll sit them the rest of the game. But they're going to end up winning this game anyways. And then to close out the season, they'll play the New York Giants. The Eagles will be the team this year, not the Giants sitting their starters. The Eagles will sit their starters, and they will lose to the Giants. So at the end of the year, when it's all said and done, I have the Eagles. I think they're 14-3. I think they're 14-3 sitting here in May. Like I said, things can change. It could get a lot different. We'll do this again right before the season starts. But yeah, I have the Eagles 14-3. I think they're the number one seed. I think they're the best team in the conference. I think they're the best team in the league and top 2 team for sure in the league. And I think that being that all the good teams really are in the AFC, I think the Eagles have a huge, huge advantage. Teams like the 49ers do not scare me because I don't believe they have a quarterback. Dallas hasn't shown that they can get past the second round of the playoffs, and I think the Eagles are sitting pretty in the NFC. So that's kind of how I see it, 14-3. I think the Eagles' floor is about 11 wins. I think their floor, their worst, is 11 wins. I think their best is about 15 wins. So I have them between 11 and 15 wins. And I think that, according to the schedule today, I have them at 14-3. I like this schedule for the most part. I think it's really important that those first 9 weeks you start off really good. You get your schedule up because that stretch of the Chiefs, the Bills, the Niners, the Cowboys, the Seattle, and the Giants is not an easy stretch. So they're going to have to be ready to go. And if you have a 8-0 record, a 9-0 record, I think you're in good shape and a good situation. Just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about the schedule. I will have something on the Dallas, Washington, and the Giants, their schedule. Haven't even looked at it yet, but we'll have something on that. And once again, if you watch this and you were at the live stream, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching this. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. No Brady, no Rodgers. Who scares you in the NFC? I'm serious. The 49ers, they don't really have a quarterback. I'm not scared of them. Dallas hasn't shown that they can get past the second round of the playoffs, but they may be one of the best teams in the NFC or after the Eagles. The Giants, I don't think they have enough weapons. It's going to be really interesting because I think the NFC is perfect pickings for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's why I think they win between 11 and 15 games. It's just the way I see it. With that said, Denzel Washington out.